Alright. Someone didn't make it out of that alive. I think it was Snake. It was too much power. There was just too much power there. He was trying to spy on him and he got clapped. It's just the way it goes sometimes on espionage missions, you know? Sometimes you win, sometimes the people you're spying on, they're just too powerful, they're way too dank. And you just get blown away. No, in all honesty, I was just fucking around and testing out the soundboard, making sure it's working right. But yeah, anyway. We're back after a 4-day hiatus because I had to catch up on the alternate version of Leon, as I like to call him, I guess. So, yeah. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Final Fantasy XIV Stormblood Edition. I'm getting right back into it. Starting with, well, let's just log in first, and then you'll see. I'll go from there. But, yeah, last time we finished up, well, we obviously finished up the main game, Stormblood. We did the job quests, and then what else? We did the job quest, and that was pretty much it. That took 2 streams, or 1.5, depending on how you look at it. A total of, like, 6 hours, right? Actually, no, I think they were both 2-hour streams, so it was actually 4 hours. So yeah, the job quest didn't take terribly long this time. The Dragoon quests were by far the shortest ones. It deceived me into thinking they were all going to be short. No. The Dragoon quests were just short as fuck. Compared to Ninja and Dark Knight. But that's out of the way, and now I've caught up the... Excuse me, the alternate Leon, the one on Midgard Stormer. He's been caught up completely now. And there's actually some very tiny, small little highlights and funny moments from that I will show because I recorded them. But, yeah, we're pretty much caught up. And, see, is everything working right? Yep, audio's going through. Looks good. And I have a plan for, I've, fleshed out my plan for the post-game content. Mostly including things I'm definitely not going to do that I originally thought I probably would. But I just, I did some research and got a reminder of how long some things are that are just not that relevant, and I'm like, nope, we're not doing that. And I will point that out as we go. So, first of all, there was a optional dungeon that was not a post-game dungeon. It was, like, there's a lot of optional post-game dungeons in every expansion, but there's an optional one that was not post-game. It was for an ether current, so I obviously recorded that, and that's where we're going to start. And then we'll do the other post-game dungeons and side content. Mostly blue icon stuff. But before we get into that, let's see, I think it was this clip right here. Okay, so yeah, this is me last night. You guys can't... Here, let me show my chat log just to show proof of this. Look at this. 10:08 p.m. PST, that's my time zone, Pacific Standard Time, on the West Coast over here. Close to my bedtime, and which is like usually 11 p.m. And look at where I arrived. Didn't I say this always happens? Look. And with the same fucking weather as when I streamed this just a few days before that. I was like, wait, no fucking way after I skipped that scene. Yep, there it is. See it in the top right corner? You can see it raining. Same exact fucking weather. Probably a different time of day. Yeah, I think it is a different time of day in-game. Same exact weather. Same exact real time for me. 10 p.m. or something like that. It was between 10 and 11 p.m. right when we first got here, I think. Might have been a little bit past 11, but like almost the same exact time, but with the exact same weather. And it was like close to my bedtime, which I said every time I replay Stormblood, when I get right here, right when I reach the locks, it's time for me to go. I gotta go to bed or something. And that is exactly what happened on stream, and it happened again last night. And the thing is, even if I chose to stay up late to finish, it wasn't an option because there was a maintenance. That 6.15, patch 6.15 was implemented last night with a maintenance that started at 11 p.m. 50 minutes after I got to the locks. So I had to log off and fucking finish today again anyway. The next day, which was today, yeah. So it's just, fate somehow makes it so that every time I replay Stormblood, when I get to the locks, it's time to go. It's like, sorry, you're gonna have to wait till tomorrow for the ending, sorry. It's just the way it goes. It's just a funny coincidence, Not like I hate it. But it's just hilarious that it always ends up that way. But it's even funnier that we got there with the same fucking weather. Or that I got there with the same exact weather Like, I was like, alright, here we go, into the locks. And I even skipped the scene ahead of time because I didn't know it was gonna, I would have let it play. But I was like, I'll skip this. And I was like, wait, no. And I saw the lightning bolt and I was like, are you serious? And yep, same fucking weather. Go figure. That's just, what are the odds of that, man? Is lightning weather here just very common? I didn't see any, like, was, what's his name around? Ixion? They just happen to be around at the same exact time on both servers when I did this twice, once on stream and once off stream. Like, it's just crazy. What a coincidence. That's why I say the clip. This was just me, this was earlier, in the campaign, when I was still doing these quests over here in the Azim Steppe. And I ran into a high-ranking hunt mark. I don't know if it's A or S, like, I don't even know how people differentiate without using, like, a wiki of some kind. There it is, over there. Some. Let's kill these guys first. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I should save a clip of this because it has such a unique design. I've never, like, seen this monster anywhere else, right? In the game. Then I was like, oh shit, I'm level 80 as a ninja. It's still gonna aggro me because I'm not over 10 levels above it. I was like, fuck it, let's fight it. Maybe we can kill it. I very quickly realized I'm not doing enough damage. Like, this fight, even if I can survive his attacks in the long run, this fight will take fucking days. I was so obsessed with, like, yeah, I turned around way too late there because I was like, I was tunnel visioning my hotbar since I don't play ninja that often anymore. And didn't realize I was supposed to look away until the last second and it was too late. And then I realized, yeah, this is gonna take forever, no fucking way, I'm probably gonna die, and even if I don't, this will take hours by myself, I'm out. And he chases you for a while, dude. Like, at this point I was like, oh, he'll probably give up here and I'll be free to get on my mount and fuck off. Nope, he's still chasing me. I was like, holy shit, dude, give up? Get the hell out of here, man. Nobu Uematsu's battle theme from 1.0 there. One of his battle themes that he made for FF14 1.0. I was like, damn, that dude didn't want to give up. But yeah, that was pretty much it. That's some highlights. Now for the real content. Which is right here. I gotta remember to raise the video game volume up. Because recordings on PS5 were, like, quieted down by 50%, I think. Feels like it anyway. So this is the Ether Current quest that unlocks an optional dungeon. Obviously not so optional if you want all the Ether Currents, which you should get. Because flying is a convenience that is, should not be overlooked in this game, with how massive the maps are. Especially the Ruby Sea. You don't want to be there without flight. That's just awful. So yeah, one of the Ether Current quests starts here. You guys remember this little town where Yugiri is from? We met her parents there. So it's from this chick named Kurenai. Here we go. See what she has to say. You are a man from above? Why, yes I am. Lady. I am Kurenai, sister to the Ruby Princess, the ruler of these seas. Okay. Your bearing bespeaks the strength and courage few possess. I have been waiting for one such as yourself to arrive. Though not many know it, the Ruby Princess's life currently hangs in the balance. So what the hell am I doing? Let's do this. A few days ago, a man cloaked in black visited Shisui of the Violet Tides. He claimed he had come to bestow a blessing of holy protection upon the palace. Sounds like an Asian. Sounds like he lied, like they are wont to do. The incantation he muttered instead drew forth a terrible spirit which took possession of my sister's body. Sounds about right, yeah. Not long after, similar wraiths of the void began to surge forth, overtaking the palace and stealing the souls of her nearby guards. Damn. Shiosai immediately evacuated everyone and has since barred people from entering or leaving the palace. Officially, the Ruby Princess is conducting a private ceremony. None but Shiosai and I know the truth. We have placed the seal over Shisui of the Violet Tides to prevent any of the wraiths within from escaping. However, it will not hold for much longer. Shiosai grows more convinced by the hour that we must destroy the dome and everyone within it, including my sister. I beseech you, men of the land, lend unto me your might. Please find a way to save her. It's only natural you want me to save your sister, yeah. I will see that she is kept from any danger. Thank you. Truly, I know not what I would have done had you said no. Now please follow me. We must go speak with Shiosai. Of course. I'm not one to turn down somebody in distress. I must meet with him to ensure he does not act prematurely and do something we will all regret. Makes sense, yeah? After you, milady. And there she goes. Speaking with potential royalty, I mean, her sister's a princess. I would think that gives her some kind of royal status as well. Chip, chip. Isobe's doing well. You remember this guy, right? In MSQ, he turned us away. Said fuck off, basically. And you are? And yet he doesn't recognize us here, even though for MSQ you have to talk to him first before you unlock this side quest. Chip, chip. Weird, I know. Lady Kurenai, what brings you here? Kurenai. I guess this but... What? My lady, you of all people must realize how incredibly dangerous it was of you to entrust another with our secrets. Much less a newcomer whose intentions we know not of. What other choice did I have? I mean, yeah. When the seal breaks, we will be forced to drown the palace and all souls within. Would you sooner have me sacrifice my sister and my people than turning to outside help? And you think that this man has some hidden power capable of delivering Suino Sato from untold disaster? Yep. I realize it is not in your nature to ask for assistance, but like it or not, there is little else we can do. No outcome could be worse than losing the Ruby Princess. Even you must realize we only stand to gain by requesting this man's aid. You have the right of it. Very well. I will give your friend until the next high tide to rescue the princess. If he fails, however, I will destroy the dome, and atone for the deed with my life. Damn, that's intense, dude. Remember, my lady, should it come to this, you shall be the one to inherit the throne. Here, take this scroll. It will permit you to pass into Shisui of the Vital Tides. I presume you are aware of where it is located? Not to worry. I shall show him there. Yeah, I was gonna say, I have no idea, dude. The palace lies just beyond the turquoise bench. Before we leave, however, there is one last thing I must share with you. Oh yeah? What's that? I was not entirely truthful in everything I have told you. You lying? You keeping secrets from me? What's going on? It is nothing that affects our current predicament, but it is nevertheless a lie I mean to set straight once this is all over. Forgive me. If it was something I could tell you now, I would. Whatever happens, please see that no harm comes to the princess. I'll do my best. Sobe. Tip tip. Okay. Palace of Lost Souls. Way the fuck over there. It's quite a trip. Oh yeah, for those wondering, I totally forgot to mention, the AC system is fixed now, so... And because I'm caught up on Stormblood with the alternate Leon here, that's back to my regular streaming schedule, so I'll be streaming often again. At least once a day, unless some emergency comes up. Oh, and here, of course, I was in the middle of MSQ, so I was like, oh, let me just take care of this. I knew I was already recording, but I was like, let me just do this real quick so I don't have to come back and do it again later. So yeah, well this is going, because this is MSQ we've already seen. I was gonna mention something else. This outfit went on sale the day after my last stream. So without even knowing it, I did promotional work for Square Enix's mod station for FF14. Because apparently that wasn't even available. I thought that outfit was already available for a long time, but it seems like they kind of released really old outfits, like way after. Like this is, you know, it's Lisa's outfit that was introduced in Stormblood. They only just released it now for the first time ever on mod station, as far as I can tell. I was like, what the fuck? And meanwhile, I just spent literally the last week making fun of this outfit when we saw Lise first put it on in-game, and how they obviously, in the trailer, made her tits way bigger than in-game. And I made fun of that and was just like, they were totally like looking at, the marketing team was like, yo, we gotta sell more copies of this, it's okay if you make them a couple sizes bigger, no one will notice. We gotta sell more Coomer bait, go! And then, yeah, after my last stream where I think I still made one more little chirp about it, boom. I just see it on, literally after I hit end stream and I logged out, on the home page there was a new thing that said new optional items and new optional items on the mod station, as well as in the FF14 online store. Sorry. And a limited time sale for older items, right? For like some emotes, I think it was. I was like, oh, let's see what the new optional items are. Boom, there it is, Lisa's dress. I was like, it's this. I was like, wait, seriously? I was like, I've just spent like the last week talking about this outfit and making fun of it and all this shit. And there it is. That's the palace we're going to. Yes. You guys see how long it took to get there too? Like, I got there and I had to descend like a shit ton while I was talking about all that shit. Look at this. Like, you think you're there? And then no, you have to go deep down. Look how far down that was. Holy shit. But it is beautiful. You reach this spot here, you can really take it all in. An underwater kingdom. Palace and everything. I don't know if they ever explained how they made these giant bubbles, though. So that they don't drown, you know? It's kind of odd. I don't know if they ever explained that. Also, do they all just have the Kojin's blessing? I'm guessing they do. How else do they travel and get around if they live on the seafloor? Right? These are the gates to the palace. Inside are the Ruby Princess and her guards. Okay. Fair enough, miss. Thank you, Leon. Though he might not show it, Shiosai is secretly very grateful to you, too. The thought of having to kill the Ruby Princess, however indirectly, has been tormenting him. I'm sure it is, yeah. Now, there's not much time left. Let us make our way in. You have the scroll of entry, correct? Remember, you will be unable to pass through the gates without it. Yeah, I got it. Shisui of the Violet Tides available. Or now accessible. So in we go. Whoop-bop! Get an oxygen bubble like Sonic the Hedgehog. Alright. Nestled on the sands of the turquoise trench, 1,000 fathoms below the surface of the Ruby Sea, is Shisui of the Violet Tides, a resplendent palace erected by Ryan refugees who fled underwater to escape the constant wars that raged upon the land. Its unique beauty is nigh unparalleled. The light, however, quickly fades from its once peaceful halls as sinister wraiths from the void pour forth, seizing the souls of all its occupants, including that of the Ruby Princess. Now, none but the Warrior of Light can save Shisui of the Violet Tides from the darkness that threatens to engulf it whole. Damn. Sounds dark and sinister, right? I love how they blow smoke up your ass with these descriptions sometimes, you know? They really gas you out and be like, only you can save him, you know? RP! My roleplay! I can feel like I'm a hero! You know? My immersion! That is the whole point, of course, it's, you know, immersion. It's supposed to be an escape from reality, that's what a video game is, so... You'll pretend to be some awesome hero of your choice, like meeting because you choose your own job class. You go save the world as whatever you want to be depicted as. Samurai, fucking Dark Knight, Gunbreaker, whatever. It's a role-playing game. Fantasy one. Muppets. This was around the time when I started realizing when I finished Stormblood, well, you know, with this character, the one that's not level 90 yet, I'm like, and doesn't have level 90 gear, of course, I started realizing this is the point where I'm gonna have to start doing content sync. But no, I actually got through all of it on sync. The final battle against Shinri was pretty hard, but and lengthy and drawn out. But I managed it. But that's it though. Everything after Shinri I'm gonna have to do syncs on this character. Unless I grind it to level 90 while we do off-stream, between streams where I'm doing the post-game content. Which I can, yeah, I probably can do that, but I'll still need the gear for it to make a difference. To make a real difference anyway, I'll still need the level 90 gear. And, well, I don't know. I guess I probably have enough money for it. I don't know what kind of prices Midgard Stormer has for that shit, but it's not really the issue. It's kind of lazy. To grind all the way to level 90, doing dailies and shit off stream on the Alt Leon just to do a little bit of unsynced post game content. It's not really worth it, you know. Because the only things I can do unsynced even at level 90 with, you know, with fully melded level 90 gear will be literally the post-game dungeons that lead into Shadowbringers, and that's it. Because starting in Shadowbringers, they have the duty plus system that's now called duty support or whatever. They renamed it to duty support. And that's the more immersive role-playing experience for it, so I was never planning on doing those unsynced in the first place on stream, so why would I, you know. So I might as well just not even worry about it, and just let myself level up on the alternate version that I play off-stream, this one. Might as well just let myself level up naturally by doing it on the queue. If I'm planning to do it synced anyway. Because like I said, even with level 90 gear, at level 90, I'll still probably only at most be able to do the first Shadowbringer dungeon unsynced, and that'll be it. Everything after that I'll just get destroyed. So there's really no point. There's just not enough content left to do that I can do unsynced with level 90 gear to make it worth the grind on the alternate version of Leon here. Because those last 10 levels just doing dailies could take like a week. Well, I guess less if you do all your dailies, but some of them I'm pretty lazy to do. Some I'm just like, oh, I'll do this one. You know? So yeah, bottom line is just, it's not worth it. I already did the level 90 grind with dailies once. Multiple times for different job classes on my main character. I'm not gonna do it again. With this character that's pretty much gonna outlive its usefulness at the end of Shadowbringers. Like after the post-game content. Because I'll obviously be playing Endwalker for the very first time on my actual main character on, you know, Zalair. So. But yeah, I saw my health bar here going down a little bit, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to start being careful and actually using my cooldowns properly for the rest of Stormblood to make it through at level 80. I mean, even at level 90 with level 90 here, on stream, you guys saw it. There were still some trials and dungeons where it was just a tiny bit grinding by myself, so unsynced. So imagine at level 80, dungeons were starting to take like 15-20 minutes, like they would if you did them synced. And what's that other trial that comes up later? Lakshmi. When I fought Lakshmi on this character, the fight literally took like 20 minutes. I was like, I should have just done it sync. That would have been done faster. And even when I did it on stream, it still took like 10 minutes, right? Like almost 15. Have I been defeated? So they said? You know, I never actually looked closely at them. Like, do they still look human even though they're possessed by whatever? No, yeah, they still look like auras, yeah. Just that their minds are possessed by the void scent. Almost said demons. Looks like an F-15. Okay, so I gotta go easy on these guys. Not kill them, I'll just incapacitate them. I love how when you use an AoE like that and there's too many enemies, the game doesn't register the hit on all of them at the same exact time. So sometimes when the animation and the sound effect for it is already over, you're still hearing the sound effect of them getting hit by it because there's so many it has to go through one at a time. So like I did the and then you still hear it as the numbers pop up on all of them. So there's the Ruby Princess. There's the sister of Kurenai, the one who hired me. You know, wearing an outfit that is obviously very... It kind of looks like the dancer. It almost looks like the dancer going, I must protect my seas, my people. Your life, it is mine. You gotta turn yourself into an old lady to resist seduction. It's like, oh, nice commentary. I guess they're trying to say once you're old as shit, you can't be, you know, your shit don't work no more, so you can't be seduced. Like, oh, okay, I forgot that you were supposed to run away from this, so I just tanked the whole thing, just tank privilege. Why not? Look, I got greedy with my DPS here. I didn't make it out in time. Your blood, your spirit, shall be mine. Leon's like, I'm not gonna be seduced by your hotness, lady. I'll turn myself into an old fuck. You're wearing a mask though, you don't actually get to see your face all old. But like I think the status of it is called old prone. This time I outrun it. I ran it like you're supposed to. Oh, like, can I kill it before seduction? Nope, fuck this! Thought I was gonna get it there. See? You get a little mask. I got poisoned, but in a good way. Oh, I was so close. Your Highness! Leave my sister to me. See that the void scent are banished. Yeah, this, unlike other bosses, this one doesn't fade away because it's a person that you were supposed to save, so she's just gonna stay there, and her sister's gonna look after her. But do you guys notice? Like, here, let me go back for a second. Every, like, just like in classic Final Fantasy games, like the old ones with the Super Nintendo NES ones, whenever you're fighting someone, even if they're human, they're always bigger than you. Like, she just looks like, yeah, she's possessed by a demon and she's got a fucking starfish on her head for some reason. It's probably, like, part of it. I don't know, maybe they're implying that if they're possessed by Void Sin for too long underwater here, they get turned into, like, fish monsters, like Pirates of the Caribbean or some shit. The undead guys that work for Davy Jones or something. Or, like, the Serpent Reavers who pledged allegiance to Leviathan and got turned into underwater fucking ghost fish pirates or whatever, which was totally a reference to Pirates of the Caribbean in Sastasha Hard, right? I forgot to mention. Maybe I did make a mention of Pirates of the Caribbean back then. I think I did. But it was also an FF5 reference to Ferris's hideout. Actually, the original Sastasha was that already, so never mind. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, so look, she's like, look at her sister. They're supposed to be the same height because they're supposed to be like twins. Like, look at her face, and she looks just like her sister, but she's like twice as big because she was a boss fight. And so, do you guys remember when we fought, what's her name? Back in FF5, when we fought, when Reyna was possessed, or Lena, whatever her actual name is, it's like Butts and Barts, when she was possessed by one of Excess minions, who was like a seductress sort of demon-type enemy who could possess, you know, people's bodies or whatever, and all that shit. And she was like, I forgot what she did, but, and then you do something to get her unpossessed, right? To get her, to extract her from Lena's body. But when you do, you see her sprite, and she looks the same height as you. And this went for X-Death too. But then when you go into battle and you fight them, they're this big-ass illustrious drawing. Like, for her, she was obviously, like, completely naked. It was very, you know, it was, and what was her name again? Damn it, I forgot it. She was in the Bahamut raids too. Obviously looked very different, more covered up, but I forgot her name. But you get what I'm saying. Like, even X-Death was a good example too. He looks at your size when you're, you know, on the overworld, but then when you go into battle, he's this tall-ass dude who spans the length of your entire, like, party on one side of the screen. He's taking up the whole other side of the screen, just standing there with his armor and his fucking sword, or whatever he's holding. So they do that here too. Is basically what I was getting at. It's kind of like a subtle callback to those old games, because obviously once the games went fully 3D, like FF7 and 8, that didn't happen anymore. The boss you were gonna fight was the same character model and same size in battle as it was outside of battle. You know, Cypher didn't grow to be twice as big as Squall when you start fighting him 1v1, you know? But if it had been back in the old Sprite days with the NES and the Super NES, it would have been like that. Cypher would have had some badass, like, character art that just flashes when he does something, and then Squall would have been this fucking little chibi. Like, FF5 and 6 just fighting at him going like the fucking Onion Knight, you know? So that's what I thought was funny about this. I was like, look at the size difference. Just because she was an enemy boss fight, just like in those old games, she was like twice as big as us, but she's supposed to be that big over there, like her sister. Of course, canonically, some people might just try to explain it by saying, oh, maybe because she was possessed by Void Sin, she was made twice as big. I don't think so. But hey, maybe. Because not all bosses in this game are increased in size like that. That are, you know, bosses that are supposed to be humanoid, not all of them are increased in size, that is true. Because, what's her name? Why am I forgetting the names of all these fucking characters? I know they're side characters, but I don't really remember them. Edda. So you guys remember Edda from way back in... what's it called? Realm Reborn? Dude, I'm forgetting everything now. Like, fucking total memory wipe. I don't know what the hell happened. But Edda, one of the people that had already died, that she invited to her little wedding in the Pantera Deepcroft Hard, which becomes a boss fight in that dungeon, she's still normal size. She was the archer in Edda's original party. The archer chick who became a scion and then died when Livia stormed, you know, when Thancred got taken over by the Asians and they found out where the hideout was, the Waking Sands, and then they tell the Garleans, and the Garleans, under the command of Livia, they go and attack the Waking Sands and they kill everybody except for, you know, Minfilia and whoever else they kidnapped. But one of the people who died during the Garlean invasion of the Waking Sands was this archer chick that was in Edda's original party back at the beginning of the game. So then her body's dug up from her grave, and her soul as well, are trapped within Tempter Deep Cross Heart when Edda gains the powers of necromancy or some shit. And yeah, when you fight her, she's the same age, the same size as you. So they didn't do that with her. They didn't make her into like this big, you know. But obviously with this chick, they wanted to make the boss fight a little bit more memorable and iconic, and they had a bigger budget to do so. You know, they gave her all these flowing like ribbons, and they had to make her look like the proper princess, right? They didn't want her wearing the same raggedy ass clothing that her sister's wearing. They wanted to make her look like royalty, so they can make her bigger too. Now we're just fighting fucking sea lions that somehow got in here. Sharks, krakens. Those pufferfish are just... They're not actual enemies you can target and attack, but they do that. They do explode. Like landmines. Shoot spikes everywhere. Do a little AoE and then they die. I just remember there was a segment in FF6 where Kefka, you do fight him one time where he's the same size as you, but then you do fight him a different time where, before the end of the game, where he's actually like a big ass drawing that's like the size of your whole party. A little chibi sprite. I guess back in those games, it was just their way of making you feel small, so that you felt like you were going up against a challenge, you know? By making the enemies always bigger than your party sprites. Your party character sprites. Chisui Yoki. Insolence. Such insolence will not be tolerated. You shall take a knee in my sanctuary. He's claiming this place. Miss, come to me. Give unto me your power. Mechanic. Fogs, smother all who stand in my way. Fill them with fear. With despair. I don't know if you're supposed to destroy those or not, but I did anyway. I failed to destroy the last one on time, but it was kind of whatever. So, this must be the voice that took the place over when the Ascian first called it forth. Dark currents from beyond, hearken unto your master. Wash away any who dare oppose you. So she calls the shark one for each party member, I think? So obviously there's only one for me, because I stupidly went on the other side. Yeah. I should have stayed on the side I was on. I could have dodged it by not looking at her. But then I went on the opposite side of the shark, DPS had it, trying to get behind it. So I was facing him, and she did that, so I got confused. Or hysteria or whatever. Woo! Thing that didn't happen while I was actually playing, right? I wouldn't have been able to... No, uptime! Would have been interrupted. Would have been over already on the level 90 version of this character. Almost got greedy again there, but this time I was like, nope. Not falling again for this old trick. Destroyed. I forgot to scroll back up to see what she said when she died, so I just realized that. Here comes Kurenai. running. The voice that took over the palace is now dead. 15 minutes, almost 16 minutes. About as long as a sync. Please accept this gift as thanks for your services. They let you do this for fun. There it is. Just for the fuck of it. I was like, that's the gift you gave me? No. The gift she's talking about. Look at that. His finger wasn't even actually on the trigger, but he still does this with his finger. And it causes a little recoil. Her actual gift is that other treasure coffer over there. A bombfish, an orchestrion roll, some other nonsense. I think I was just appreciating the way the box looks. And then that was an accident. I didn't realize it activated when you were that close to it. I was like, I can't even leave! Alright, Kurenai, what's up? I rescued your people. I know not how to thank you. You saved them, Leon. You saved all of them, even the Ruby Princess. But watch, the next time we see her, she's gonna be the same size as Kurenai. She's not gonna be twice as big anymore. While she is unharmed, she is currently unconscious. Shiosai has carried her to Suinosato, where she might rest undisturbed. It looks as though it will be a while before she wakes. Before we speak any further, however, let us return to the village. Alright. It's a long-ass swim. I was like, I'm not doing that shit again. Fuck this, I'm teleporting back to Tamamizu and then swimming from there. Way shorter of a distance to do that. I fucked myself there. I was like, ah, damn it! Don't push anything when teleporting while flying or underwater. Excuse me. Melusine, that was her name. Melusine was the chick I was thinking of. Please allow me to once again thank you for your help. You may be happy to hear that the palace guards are all slowly beginning to return to their senses. It seems peace has finally been restored to the palace. You have saved everyone, including Shiosai, from an untimely death. If only the Ruby Princess would open her eyes, Suinosato will be exactly as it was before. Okay. I suppose we must simply be grateful for how well things turned out. Everyone else is alive, and it's only a matter of time before she wakes up, right? Now that the worst of the storm has passed and the tides have begun to calm, it is time that I came clean. But, if you want to know what she says, you gotta do the next quest. That's as far as I went, because I just needed the ether current, you know? But if you want proper closure on this storyline, well... I was like, well, time to end the recording. Do a victory pose, and then call it a day. Skedaddle. Sticking around. Alright, so yeah, that's that. Don't need this clip anymore. Well, I'll keep it for now, just in case I need to reference something on it. Oh yeah, I also took, I don't know if I'll show it on... Oh my god. I'm so sorry for that, headphone users. I always fucking forget I gotta turn the volume back down once we're going back to the game. Jesus Christ. I don't know why the hell a PS5 recording has to be like twice as quiet. There. I apologize for that. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so now we're back here. I turn my TV volume down too. There. I'm sure that's fucking set up. But yeah, so I just did Ether and then fucked off because that's all I needed. But I also do want closure on this storyline, so I came back to finish it up. So she said she had to come clean about something she's been keeping a secret from us since she hired us, right? Let's see what it is. Fathoms below. Oh, wow. Her sister's, looking pretty... Know what I mean? Not bad. The hour of truth is upon us, yet I am just unsure of where to begin. The Ruby Princess who quietly slumbers on, she... This will be easier to explain if you could look upon her as I speak. Please, follow me. Okay. Yeah, at this point it's just a yellow marker questline, but because I want closure on that storyline that we started with the Ether Current, I'm just kind of like, fuck it, I'll include it as a part of my stream. Let's see how it ends. Hopefully it's not too long of a quest chain. Shiosai will be bringing her out shortly. It should be but a few moments longer. Okay. See? Now she's the same size as us. That's exactly what I was talking about. She's not twice as big anymore. Oh, Hisui, why? Why do you refuse to open your eyes? Forgot auto-scroller on. Good thing I read that on time. Leon, there's something you must know. I am not the Ruby Princess's younger sister. In fact, she has no sister. Oh shit. I am the Ruby Princess, ruler of Suino Sato. What the fuck? Did that guy know? The slumbering girl before you goes by the name of Hisui and is my dearest friend. We have known one another since childhood. You guys just happen to look alike without being siblings then? Your Grace, I am entirely to blame. Had I been more prepared, more aware, Lady Hisui would not be in this sorry state. You see, a few days ago we received visitors from the outside. They had come to perform a court ritual. To protect the Ruby Princess from any potential dangers, we decided to conceal her true identity. I had her lady-in-waiting, Hisui, take her place. As she and Her Highness bear a great resemblance to each other, something owing to the fact that they are distant blood relatives. Okay, so they are related, but very distantly. I was confident no one would notice the switch. I mean, you could have had me fooled. They have, like, different clothing and hairstyles, but yeah, they do look very alike. I was right. That is why, when proceedings commenced, it was Lady Hisui who became possessed by the terrible fiend they summoned, and now... Well, you can see for yourself what has become of her. She's in a fucking coma and won't wake up. To mitigate such disasters, severe restrictions on who can enter and exit Hisui of the Violet Tides have always been in place. In fact, even the Ruby Princess is forbidden by law to leave its gates. When wraith after wraith began appearing, however, I was left with little choice. I whisked Her Highness away to the village and had her pretend to be the Ruby Princess's sister, couldn't I? Couldn't I? That was the name I had before my mother passed away and I assumed the title of Ruby Princess. It was also the name Hisui would call me by growing up. For as far back as I can remember, she was there for me. From the best of times to the worst of times. All the laughter and tears we shared. Hisui, is this truly where it ends? She's not dead, though I think there's still hope. I wouldn't give up yet. Forgive me, Your Grace. This is my fault. If only there was a way I could go back and prevent all this. Shiosai, there is nothing to forgive. None of us could have predicted this would happen. You are no more to blame for what has happened than I am. Leon, now you know everything. I hope you do not think any less of me for my lie. No, not at all. I get it. It was necessary. You were looking out for your, Your small little country and your people. Your little kingdom. Now that everything has been settled, I shall be departing from Suinosato. The cure to Hisui's condition can only be found above. I know this because as Ruby Princess, it was my duty to study all the available writings at the palace. Very well, Your Grace. Where would you have us go? No, Shiosai. I shall be embarking upon this quest on my own. You will be staying here. The people need you to protect them in my absence. He's like... Her Grace has made it clear she would have me remain behind. Master Leon, might you accompany her in my stead? Yeah, I'll look out for her. While Lady Hisui's body remains, her soul is long departed. Fear that no amount of rest or magics can cure her. Oh, damn. Wait. Her soul is long departed. Isn't this gonna end up just like the Ananta tribe when they tried... You know, when they desperately tried to get Lakshmi to restore the girl that was killed by the Garleans? But, well, by Fordola and the skulls working for the Garleans. Where she said she could only restore the body, but there's no way to restore the soul once it's gone. Doesn't that mean it's already impossible by that same logic? Or are we gonna find out there was some way to restore the soul, and that tragedy could have been averted? With the Ananta. I can only hope that in traveling with you will make it easier for her Grace to come to terms with the tragic fate of her friend. Until such a time, she must face this truth. However, I ask, nay, beg, that you keep her safe. Oh, I see. He's already given up on her, then. He's already like, there is no hope for Hisui. She's dead. Her soul's gone. You know? Her body's intact and pristine or whatever, but her soul's long gone. But, you know. I'll humor the princess until she can come to terms with, the fact that she's lost her friend and there is no hope. And let her figure it out for herself, to face the harsh truth on her own, basically. That's basically his way of thinking, is he's already given up on Kurenai's friend, and he just wants to keep Kurenai safe until she realizes there's nothing she can do. I guess in a way, it sounds kind of fucked up and cruel, but in a way I understand where he's coming from. You have to allow someone to go through the mourning process, and sometimes that may require allowing them to hold on to that hope that they can still, like, at least for a while, try to find a way to bring their loved one back to life or out of a coma or whatever, and let them come to terms with the inevitable reality on their own. And not get in the way and try to stop them, because then they'll just end up resenting you for it, you know? I get where he's coming from, but I don't know. Maybe there is still a way to save her. I think he's giving up too early. You are offering to accompany me on my travels? That is incredibly generous of you. Thank you. Yeah, of course. No problem. I'll help you out. I shall give you some time to prepare before leaving Suinosato. Please come find me as soon as you are ready to go. Alright. A part of your world. Where's the Disney DMCA copyright for this? You are ready to depart? Excellent. Let us make for Onokoro. I believe we will best be served by beginning our search there. You see, while we have next to no contact with the outside world, we do receive the occasional visit from the Kojin of the Blue. During one such visit, I was given a tome filled with fairy tales. It was old, worn, and, from what I am given to understand, written in Kugane. In it was a story about a fisherman who sailed the Ruby Sea. While traveling, he came across a princess who had fallen into a years-long slumber. She was eventually awakened upon taking an elixir of some sort. What intrigues me, however, is the fact that many of the places this fisherman visited exist in the real world. It makes me wonder if, perhaps, this story is rooted in reality. A lot of myths start off like that, actually. The tale begins in Onokoro. I trust you will escort me there? Sure. Thank you. Now let us depart without any further ado. After you, milady. Hey, I'm a gunbreaker. It's my job to be a bodyguard. I sound like Cloud or Zack, simping over Aerith or some shit. I guess technically Squall did kind of do something similar, right? When his little group of Seed members were assigned to serve and protect Ranella and her resistance faction until the day that Timber won its liberation. Which doesn't even happen until, like, the post-game, and you don't even get to see it, but still. Doesn't even happen until the game's over, but that was, like, the excuse of keeping those characters together. What's going on here? I don't even think this... Is this part of the, quest, or what's going on? If you refuse to pay the ruby tithe, we will strip you of everything you have, including the very clothes on your back. Oh, man. You guys didn't pay, huh? Jesus. Sucks to be you. Apologies, my friend, but I will not be able to help you right now. I must give this young lady a tour of our island. Oh, really? What kind of tour are you thinking about here? What's he saying, Kurenai? What's he telling you, huh? So this is Onokoro. It is a lovely place. The people here are incredibly warm. Take this gentleman, for example. As soon as I set foot on the island, he offered to take me on a tour. Hmm? What are you looking at? I know what kind of tour you mean, asshole. Hold on, no, I'm gonna give him the silent stare. He knows what he's doing. He knows what kind of tour he wants to take her on. So you're gonna stand there and ignore me? Is that it then? Wait a minute. I know you! My comrades talk about you all the time. My apologies, sir. I was only just joking with you, of course. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure. One can never have enough rich or powerful friends. That is why I approached your young charge. Figured if I helped her now, she'd someday return the favor, should I ever need it. So what brings you to our island? He changed his tune real fucking quick, didn't he? We're here to look for a cure for her friends. You are looking to learn more about a fairy tale? That's how we're starting, yes. I know nothing of fairy tales, of fairies or tales, but mayhap I can direct you to someone who does? There is a fisherman who visits us once a year to hunt for treasure. Some of the men here say he is as old as the seas themselves. I reckon he, of anyone, would be able to tell you of your story. Luckily for you, he just arrived the other day. You should be able to find him at the Quickscape Pier. Thank you for your assistance, sir. We will go speak with him right now. Not to worry, little lady. Just be sure to remember my name and pay me back when the time comes. Leon, did the kind gentleman ever give us his name? No, I don't think he's ever going to now. Who gives a fuck? He was definitely either just after you for your money or something else. Without a name, I am afraid I will be unable to send him payment for his help. It is terribly unfortunate, but there is little that can be done. Now, let us promptly make for Quickscape Pier. We do not want to miss the fisherman. Trust me, you're probably better off not interacting with that guy ever again. I mean, you saw the way he was macking on her, right? Like, we couldn't hear the dialogue, but when we were approached, the way he was moving his hands, he was totally macking on her. He was like, yeah, come here, lady, I'll give you a tour, alright? I'll give you a little tour of the island. We know what the fuck was on his mind. That dude just saw a naive young woman and thought, fucking score. That's what he was thinking. Again, could have been just for money, could have been for something else, could have been for both. Like, oh, Jesus Christ. Well, I timed that horribly. And now I'm fucked! Oh, wait, no. Thank God. This the guy? Is this the right place? This man looks as though he could be the fisherman the man from earlier mentioned. And she's so naive, she was still willing to pay the guy too. She's like, oh, I didn't have his name, I can't pay him back later. Oh well. Hello there. Is there something you need? This dude is old as shit. Excuse me. Jesus, I just ate breakfast not too long ago, so... The Tale of the Fisherman and the Ruby Sea. Ah, yes, indeed. It has been a long time since I heard that one. I believe it was my great-grandfather who told me. Or perhaps my great-great-grandfather. Or perhaps my... It's like, Jesus, excuse me. It's like, dude, we get it, alright? It doesn't matter who you heard it from, just tell us the story already. I'll be nicer. Look, that is all well and good, sir. But if you could please just tell us the story. Please. Ah, yes. My apologies. Let us see if I can remember how it went. Oh, I very much hope you have not forgotten it. We might never know the whole tale if you have. The tome I received as a child was so tattered I could only read bits and pieces of the story. I recall now. Once upon a time, there was a fisherman on the island of Onokoro, who saved the Kojin of the Blue from the maws of a terrible beast. As thanks, the Kojin offered him a vial of liquid. When taken, it would allow the fisherman to plunge into the far depths of the ocean without drowning. It was there that their journey together began. Okay, so there is some truth to this. I have this exact blessing that, lets me breathe underwater without drowning. They visited temples, palaces, and villages under the sea. They met all manner of men, women, and creatures, including a beautiful princess who had fallen into a deep, deep slumber. According to her people, she had been like that for years. Hearing this, the Kojin pulled out another vial containing an ancient Tamamizu potion, which had been passed down to him from his great-grandfather. Or perhaps his great-great-grandfather. To continue with the story, upon being given this mixture, the princess was instantly awakened. That sounds hopeful. The moment their eyes met, she and the fisherman fell in love. They were immediately wed in a place at the bottom of the sea, where they lived happily ever after. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to recount that regaling tale. It was truly enlightening. Leon, from what we heard, I can only assume this story took place at Shisui of the Violet Tides. Perhaps we should return to Suinosato and see if we cannot dig up any mention of this incident. Sounds good to me. Again, thank you very much, sir. You are a man of great wisdom. So, after you, milady. So, if I'm understanding this correctly, since the Kojin gave me the blessing, I'm basically the fisherman in the story, right? That means when I give Hisui the potion, she's gonna wake up and look at me and be like, oh yeah, we're in. We're in! I'm not a fucking fisherman. And no, that's not gonna happen. Spoiler alert. They just have to add that romantic, flair to the story to make it more enticing, don't they? That's what happens. It's the broken telephone thing, as always. Like, it's just the whole embellishing, like the, what's his name? It's just embellishment, like, oh! Oh! Ah, what's his fucking name? The bard, right? The minstrel from the Rising Stones, or the Revenant's Toll, 7-7. 7-7, sorry. Yeah, that's what it's called. How he embellishes on the stories you tell him, and it creates his embellishments are the Savage Raid content. He's like, we gotta add some flair to make it more epic. So it's more epic, alright. Like, taking weeks to prog and actually clear it, for most people, kind of epic. So yeah, who knows if that part has any truth to it. But let's hope the part about her awakening instantly with that potion has some truth to it, because that means if that part's true, our friend, the Kojin of the Blue, will be able to help us. Our friends, the turtles over there. While I know little of what life is like on the surface, it seems to be a lovely place. The people are incredibly kind, and you're incredibly naive because you've been sheltered out here, literally. That pirate almost took advantage of you. I grew up listening to stories of how pirates would slit your throat the first chance they got, but these on Onokoro seemed rather cordial. Oh, he was taking you for a ride. He probably wasn't gonna slit your throat, but he was gonna get something else out of you. Though perhaps I have your presence in part to thank for that. Exactly. Once they saw who I was, they were like, oh shit. I'd better not, she's off limits. Because I got friends in high places. They know this. Anyway. Shiosai shall be joining us shortly. Most stories in Suinosato are passed down orally. He should be able to tell us if any of our own stories match the tale of the fisherman recounted for us. Orally, yeah. Yep, I'm 5 years old. A tale in which a Huron fisherman and a princess were brought together by a Kojin and wed in a palace under the sea? Under the sea! Yes. Sounds almost as if it is a story about Shisui of the Violet Tide. It could be the origin story. Well, maybe not really, though. They were already living underwater, so... Though, the part about the Ruby Princess marrying a Hure might be something of an embellishment. Yeah, there you go, that's what I was getting at. Could be. To the contrary, Your Grace. I believe generations back, a Ruby Princess and a Huron man were once joined in holy matrimony. The son they bore was said to have had almost no scales. Holy shit. So Huron and Ara actually did get it on. Until now, I had considered it to merely be a tall tale spun by the elders for their grandchildren. Yet, it is possible that the story is true. Then there's a chance that the remedy also exists. It is not impossible. Not even he's starting to believe. Your Grace, I must apologize to you. If I were being completely honest, I thought all hope for Lady Hisui's recovery was lost. What you tell me, however, has revived my hope. You are a born leader. Through your actions, you have reversed all our fates. Yeah? Including hiring me. That was the first good decision. That is incredibly kind of you to say, but without this wonderful gentleman beside me, we would never have come so far. Yeah, but it was your choice to hire me. I think that's what he's getting at. Your leadership has been good. Indeed. Master Starcrest, please accept my deepest thanks. So long as you are here, I can rest knowing that Her Grace and our village will remain safe. Now, Your Grace, I suppose you're about to announce your intention to travel to where the Kojin of the Blue reside in search of this miracle cure? I wish you safe travels. Thanks, bud. We'll be back before you know it. I'll get her home by 10 o'clock. Leon, at long last, I can see the light. Hisui might finally be saved. Looking at my time, I've been rambling too much. I gotta shut the fuck up. This is what happens if I go days without streaming. I got a lot of things to say! Smashing the desk. I have shit to say! The elixir of life. Again, they're both looking pretty cute, but Hisui wins it for sure. Leon, are you ready? Are you ready to go? Good. Then let us immediately set out for Tamamizu. Of course, that could actually just be what she's wearing. The bias of seeing her showing more cleavage, obviously, right? Maybe. I don't know. So we'll have to see when she wakes up, right? While Suino Sato has for the most part isolated itself from the rest of the world, we have had some little contact with the Kojin of the Bloom. This, however, will be my first time visiting their village. Oh, you'll love it! I'll get you there, milady. And yeah, I have been there. You've been there before? Excellent. Then you should be able to show me around. I'll give you a real tour, not whatever that guy was thinking of doing to you. We all know what the code speak for giving a tour is. That bastard. Of course, if she were to come forward and say she wants that kind of tour, then who am I to decline such a beautiful lady, right? I'm a gentleman. I wouldn't say no. But she would have to ask first. That's the difference. That guy was being pretty forward about the fact that he wanted to give her a tour. Whether she liked it or not, he's like, let me give you a tour. Come on, it'll be great. You know, let me convince you. Tamamizu. It is not so different to that of our own village. Now, where should we begin our search for this ancient Kojin remedy? I mean, Kojin do live a long time, don't they? We should find the Kojin who gave you the Book of Fairy Tales. But of course, that is a brilliant idea. If I'm not mistaken, he goes by the name of Inban. Let us go search him out. Okay. There he is. And who might we have here? It has been many years, so it is difficult to be absolutely sure, but I think this is Master Inban, the merchant I told you about. Inban? That is my name. Do we know each other from somewhere? Does the name Kurenai ring a bell? Kurenai? Yes, I remember me. You are the little girl from the palace. People grow so fast, they do. You have changed so much, I scarcely recognize you. Master Inban, I am glad to see you have not forgotten me. We have sought you out today to ask you something regarding the book of fairy tales you gave me long ago. I remember that one. What would you like to know? You are looking to find a cure for your sleeping friend? A most noble cause indeed. I am an avid collector of ancient poems, and one of them is the exact remedy you speak of, an elixir that can wake those who have fallen into a deep slumber. Truly? Then might you share with me the recipe so I can recreate it? The recipe should be easy to find. The necessary ingredients, on the other hand, not so much. What do you mean? To make this potion requires the shell of a bloated Yumami, a giant Yumami that has had over 100 years to mature. Decades have passed since one of these was last spotted. Your only hope now would be to capture a Yumami larva and wait 100 years for it to grow potent enough to make your cure. She'll be dead by then! No, that cannot be. It's too early to give up. We will find the bloated Yumami. I want to say both, but yeah, I have to pick one. You're absolutely right. Just because none have been spotted in recent times does not mean none exist. If we search hard enough, we are certain to come across one. Perhaps it is as you say. If you were to look hard enough, you will find them. If you are serious about this, I would suggest you begin your search in exile. It was formerly considered a prime hunting ground for these creatures. Kelp was often used to lure them out of hiding. Then I shall go and gather some straight away. Good. Gather the most succulent stalks you can find, and take them into the cave. If any bloated Yumami are present, they will immediately be drawn to you. Or perhaps you should have this man here take them. You appear to be as strong as our gatekeeper, you do. No doubt you will be able to make quick work of whatever appears. Leon, I shall meet you at exile in a bit, kelp in hand. Meet you there. We got this. Don't worry, Kurenai. We'll save your friend. Almost said your sister. Were you not due to meet with your friend at exile? You best not keep her waiting. Yeah, don't worry, I'm going. Well, there's actually I'm gonna speak too soon, so I'll just wait. I'll wait till we get them. But yeah, holy shit, I've been talking a lot. I guess it does, once you get used to streaming every day and constantly talking, you go days without doing it, and it's just like, suddenly it all comes out once you start streaming again. Come back after a few days and it's like, I got shit to say. Just rambling my ass off about this topic and that topic. Oh shit, it's another bubble. Yep, she's there waiting. Little water sprite. I made sure to collect the longest and most luscious stalks of kelp I could find. Here, the hunting grounds Master Inban mentioned are in the deep recesses of the cave just over there. Okay. Is that a plant? Oh, I think it is. Like a giant oyster. I was like, what the hell is that over there glowing? For some reason it is glowing though. From what I gathered, the bloated Yumami's great age is what allows them to accumulate an incredible amount of magic, most of which is concentrated in their shell. We can only hope that, should one be here, it will be tempted out of hiding by the sweet smell of its favorite food. Let's hope so. Damn, that is bright. It actually hurts my eyes to look at it for too long. It's a giant pair of lips, though. Yeah, these things. This is a Yumami. This is a normal size one. So yeah, we're looking for a gigantic one, right? Believe it or not, there's actually a hunt for a giant Yumami. It's not the same one that's going to appear with this questline or whatever. But I think it does spawn here or here. And I actually happened to be doing this quest the last time I played through this. I happened to be doing this quest when a hunt train came through and killed the other one. The one that's for the hunt mark. I had to wait for them to kill it too, because it was standing in the way of the quest marker right here. That is a disgusting sound. Like when you move macaroni and cheese around with your spoon. Here we go. Bloated Yumami. It's gigantic. Holy shit. Let's do this. Now we're supposed to lug that gigantic shell back? Holy shit. So yeah, there's an even bigger one that appears for the hunt train. Hey, what's the fuck? A mixture of concern and curiosity brought me here. How's the hunt going? Oh nice, he followed us because he was too curious. He was like, I wonder if they can pull this off. Leon, Master Inban grew worried and kindly came to check upon us. Did you have any luck in the cave? Yep. Got this right here, bloated Yumami shell. This shell of a century-old Yumami has accumulated a prodigious amount of magic. Is this what I think it is? You did it, Leon! You have procured a bloated Yumami shell, perhaps the very last one in existence even. So this is the shell rumored to be capable of curing any ailment. It looks nothing like that of a regular Yumami. That you were able to find one so quickly makes me wonder if the bloated Yumami is not as gone as we think. Mayhap they simply began burrowing deeper into the earth in response to our excessive hunting. Excuse me. I must make up for this grievous miscalculation. Please give me the shell. I shall make the remedy you seek and deliver it to Suinosato. It may take some time to prepare, but should be well worth the wait. Well, thank you, Inban. Thank you very much. Now Hisui might finally be saved from eternal slumber. If this works. Leon, once again I am in your debt. Together let us return to Suinosato that we might share the story of your success with Shiosai. Sure. Same distance. Shiosai has been duly informed of all that happened. When I told him of how you slayed the bloated Yumami, his eyes went wide and his mouth dropped. Rarely do I ever see him so surprised. Then again, he has every right to be. Your efforts have allowed Master Inban to set upon making a remedy that should, in theory, have been impossible to recreate. Which reminds me, I believe I owe you an apology. You were only to escort me to Tamamizu, but due to my own inability, you were forced to do so much more than that. Truly, I do not know what I would have done without you. In addition to saving my people, you have opened up my eyes to the world. Through you, I have come to learn so much. When I finally return to Shisui of the Violet Tides and reassume my role as the Ruby Princess, I shall look back fondly upon the memories we created together on this grand adventure. Aww. She's making my heart melt. I'm gonna tear up now. Until such a time that Hisui awakens, however, I shall remain here. I sorely hope that you shall too. Yeah, no worries. I'm in this through to the end. I'm not one to leave things half-finished. That's why I didn't just leave, you know. I didn't just fuck off and abandon the storyline after we finished the dungeon. We gotta see the story through to its end, to its conclusion. I need closure. See what happens. The two princesses of Suinosato. Two princesses, huh? Leon, Master Ingban has yet to arrive with the elixir, but we must not allow ourselves to grow impatient. He will come to us as soon as it is ready. The longer we wait, however, the more I worry about Hisui. Shiosai assures me she is doing well, and that thanks to one of our own ancient remedies, her bones and muscles remain strong. Even so, I feel compelled to confirm this with my own eyes. Let us go to her. I am having her brought from her room. It should not be much longer. Here we go. Looking upon her, I am reminded of the Ruby Princess from the fairy tale. What causes you to continue sleeping, my friend? Initially, I had feared the void scent that possessed her had driven her soul from her body. Now I suspect Hisui's spirit has simply gone dormant. It is attempting to recuperate from the trauma it endured. Master Ingban's elixir will likely restore what vitality has been lost. True. Indeed, that is correct! Mr. Ingban! I have brought the elixir. Good news. In the olden days, we would sprinkle this over the eggs that refused to hatch. It would serve to strengthen the soul of the Kojin within. Sprinkle? Do you mean to say Hisui does not need to drink this remedy to recover? Drink it? There is no need for that. All we need to do is pour this over your friend. Here, I made plenty. It's almost like massage oil then? I wouldn't mind doing the honors. No, I'm just kidding. You're just gonna pour it like this. Fucking drench her in it. Don't fuck up, because we can't find another bloated Yumami anytime soon. Massage oil. Jesus Christ. Hisui! Alright. You're awake! Thank the Kami, you are finally awake! I am sorry for everything. Imagine if she would have woken up with my ass just doing this on her shoulders or something. What the fuck is this? Get your hands off me, you creep! It's like, oh, I had to rub this potion into your skin to wake you up. I'm sorry. I meant no ill will. Look, they were watching me. They were supervising me the whole time. Your friend here, Kurenai, and... What's his name again? Shiosai, right? They can attest to the fact that there was no ill will going on. Nothing shady, nothing sus. You're awake! Tommy, you are finally awake! I am sorry for everything. What's this? What are you talking about? I don't remember shit. Of course. She is quite pretty, but I think it is the outfit. It's mostly the outfit that distinguishes her from... Like, if they were in the same outfit, I think, honestly, most people would think they're pretty much the same level of attractiveness, but since she's wearing something more revealing, it instinctually just kind of makes you want to think, oh, she's hotter. It's like, well, really, she's just wearing a skimpier outfit, really, that's all it is. To think that you had to travel so far and overcome so many obstacles to save me. I know not how to thank you. Sorry I beat the shit out of you back in the palace. I hope you don't remember or still feel any of that. But you were possessed by a void scent, so... Nay, 'tis I who must thank you. Think nothing of it, princess. As your lady-in-waiting, it is my duty above all else to ensure that you are protected. Yeah, I like that shot of her, because like her hair covered up one of her eyes. Made it look very, sort of emo-ish, but it looked good. Like, I never did have a problem with that hairstyle. I kind of like it. Those hairstyles that cover up one eye. It's kind of nice. For me, not personally. It's like I think I even tried it at one point in my life when I was like a teenager or something. But like, I think it looks good on. I've mostly seen women pull it off really well, and the women who do, I'm like, damn, they look pretty good. Where they have their hair like almost partially covering up one of their eyes. It's very I like it. I find it attractive. Oh, Hisui, truly, I am blessed to have you in my life. It's beautiful. They both care equally about each other. They're good friends. That's hard to find. The girls, they are identical. I cannot for the life of me tell them apart. Except for the clothing, or what? Because yeah, he's right. That's what I was saying. They have different hairstyles and clothing, and that's the only way you can tell them apart. Indeed, there is a great resemblance. And the only reason I thought one of them was hotter was just because she was wearing skimpier clothing. My brainwashing, right? Jesus. Master Starcrest, now that Lady Hisui has awakened, her grace must return to the palace and resume her duties there at once. While I will ask that you say your farewells to her here, I do hope that this is not the last you will see of each other. I have watched her grace blossom into an intelligent and capable young lady under your care. It has made me think that being sequestered in the castle is not the best way to raise our rulers. The king can't rule without perspective. Get out there and see the world! Thank you, Sid, from Final Fantasy 15. You have saved us in more ways than I can count and taught us so much. Suino Sato is forever changed because of you. Thank you. Thank you for everything. You're all very welcome, and thank all three of you for giving me a nice little adventure. So it is here that our grand adventure together draws to a close. I, however, would like to enjoy your company for just a bit longer. Please allow me to escort you to the gates. Oh, really? What do you have in mind? Is it just you, or do both you and your recently awakened friend want to keep me company now? Anyway. I know, my mind is in the gutter constantly. We must return to the palace soon. Were the people to learn that the Ruby Princess left the palace, we will risk losing their trust. Because it's like law that you can't or whatever. I shall forever cherish my memories of our travels together. Whenever I look back upon them, they will fill my heart with a serene happiness. You came from afar and braved the depths of the sea, all so that you might rescue a sleeping princess. The story has a familiar ring to it, does it not? Do I get to be the fisherman in this story? Please tell me I get to be the fisherman. Indeed! And just as with the tale of the fisherman, mayhap someone somewhere has recorded our story too. And we should make it accurate, right? Anyway. Okay, I'm overdoing it now. Sadly, this is where I must part ways with you. It is time for me to return to the palace. Farewell, Leon. Farewell, Suino Sato. Or rather, until next time. Until next time, my ladies. With me to take her highness's place while she is away, I do not imagine it should be too hard for her to sneak out whenever she pleases. Oh, they're gonna play the old switcheroo to fool the people, huh? For fun? Even Shiosai has difficulty telling us apart. All we need to do is exchange clothes and no one will be any the wiser. Yeah, then you can both travel the world while one of them takes care of the palace back home. That's a fair exchange, honestly. Pretty cool. To prove my point, here's a quick test for you. Look very closely and tell me. Am I Kuruna or am I Hisui? Shit. You're Princess Kuruna. You're just fucking with me. You guys haven't switched clothes. If you thought you could tell us apart by our clothes, you were mistaken. Just earlier we swapped garb, and I am in fact Hisui. What? Despite the numerous journeys we embarked on together, it seems even you cannot tell us apart. Hisui, let us leave it at that. I think perhaps we have teased Leon enough for one day. That's great, Crimson. Just as you have guessed, I am the real Kuruna. You always were incredibly perceptive. I fucking remember this story. I was like... And even I got lucky on my first try. I actually did call her out on that and say, no, you're Kuruna. And at first I thought, oh fuck, I got. And then she was like, no, you guessed right actually. You got it right. I am still Kurina. I was like, oh thank God. So I did guess correctly. But they make you think you'd guess wrong. I forget what they say. Oh, I can just decline the quest completion. We can see what they say if we get the other answer. If we hit the other answer now. Also, hello Crimson. Welcome. Always happy to have you. And yeah, it's pretty awkward when you walk in and all you hear is... I was, just, oh, and then you walk in hearing that and seeing these two ladies in front of me and you can only guess what the hell I was doing and saying, right? It doesn't look good no matter what. And yes, it is exactly what you... what it looks like. It is exactly what it looks like. Yeah. Anyway. Now, truly, this is where I must leave you. Life is a long and winding journey, and I am certain our paths will cross once again in the future. Until then, I ask that you keep on smiling and maintain that wonderful disposition of yours. Fare thee well, my friend. Farewell. Oh yeah, let's see. No New Game Plus is their only chance to see what the other option or answer choice gives us. Also, for you looking at Hisui, you need to farm for that gear. Where do you get her outfit? I was gonna ask that too. I was like, is that a Mog Station outfit? I think the Mog Station one just resembles it, but it's actually different, right? Yeah, it's actually, that's a slightly different one. The Fair Joy one I was thinking of? Yeah. Oh, the same dungeon that's part of this storyline, I'm guessing, right? Shisui of the Violet Tides? I've literally just... At the beginning, I've been streaming for an hour and a half, and literally the beginning of my stream was that. That dungeon, followed by the rest of its storyline, which we're finishing up just now. And I was even talking about how Hisui over here, she was the Ruby Princess, before they told us the truth, of course. She wasn't the real Ruby Princess, but she was the one who was the Ruby Princess in the dungeon, and she's like twice her size. And then when she's out here, she's back to Kurenai size. And I guess some people, I was saying this back then, some people might explain that as, oh, it's, you know, the lore, it's the Void Tent made her really big. My way of explaining it was, sure, that could be it, but I think they were also doing a callback to the fact that in old Final Fantasy games, enemies were always bigger than your characters. Your characters were like these little chibi sprites in the old Super Nintendo and Nintendo games. And enemies were like these huge-ass drawings, even if they were human. And even if in the overworld they were the same little chibi sprites the same size as your characters, when you fought them, they were this big-ass static drawing. That took up like the same space that your whole party does. Okay, so right now she's just repeating what we already read. Let's see what she says if we give the opposite answer now. You must be Hisui. I must admit I am impressed. To think that you could tell the two of us apart, despite the fact Princess Kurenai and I swapped garb earlier. Well done! Just as you have guessed, I am Hisui. My apologies. I am terribly confused, Your Highness. I am the real Hisui. My dear Hisui, you have sucked all the fun out of my little trick. See? So they're telling you the truth. They never switched clothes. So that was the wrong guess. Leon, it is as she says. I am Kurenai. That even you should confuse the two of us, however, is incredibly reassuring. Now, truly, this is where I must leave you. The rest of the dialogue is the same. I'm glad I guessed correctly the first time through, though. Like, my actual first time through. But even right now, I totally forgot the correct answer for this during the stream just now, and I was like, fuck, I hope I get it right. And I did. So we're gonna leave it at that. Yeah, at first they tease you and make you think you guessed wrong. They're like, no, actually you were right. We were just trying to fuck with you. We were just trying to fuck with you, but, you know, not in the way that you were hoping. Isn't that an old trope from... I mean, it probably still persists today, but that used to be an old, like, common trope, mainstream fantasy people would talk about. Oh, twins, you know? A menage a trois with twins. It's like... You know how rare and difficult that probably is? To get? It's like... Imagine finding, like, twin siblings that both want to nail the same guy. It's so niche. That's probably why people don't talk about it anymore, but I heard that shit growing up so much. People talk about that shit all the time. That's what they call it, right? A menage a trois? When they're referring to, a three-way or something? Oh, they're meditating. Open your minds. There you go. Thinking of that one chick that wants to nail the two brothers. Yeah, but see, we tend to be uncontrollably horny, so I think it's a lot easier. I think it's a lot easier for a chick to get a menage a trois with two guys than it is for a guy to get a menage a trois with two chicks. That's the difference. Alright, so we're done here. But see, that was a nice story. Or a nice little storyline that just starts with the Ether Current quest to unlock that dungeon and the Ether Current, of course. It leads into a nice little yellow marker side quest chain that's, well, you know, I liked it. That's good. Like I said, it's just too bad the story didn't end like the fairy tale with the fisherman who, you know, brought the potion to revive her, getting married with her and, you know, having a kid together. You know, I did not get to play the role of that fisherman. But it is what it is. We're moving on. Let's see. Yeah, I thought they were gonna explore the whole... Oh, they had a son that had almost no scales, a half Hero, half Aura. But since it was a long time ago, it stands to reason they're no longer around. That, you know, half breed or whatever you would call it, I guess, the mixed child. That would be interesting if they ever had a character... Because they already have a character model, Hilda, for a half Ellis and half Hero. So it'd be kind of neat to see a half Hero, half Aura. They brought it up in this storyline, but we don't get to see the person, unfortunately, so I guess it's just up to our imagination. I guess it's probably because they said they had almost no scales, so they figured it's just going to look like a regular Hero, with like maybe 1 or 2 scales on them, and that's it. So it's going to look like not much different from a normal Hero. But I guess you could argue the same thing with Hilda, right? She just looks like a regular Hero, but with slightly pointed ears like an Elizin. Just want to be taller as an Aura, as a female Aura, yeah, because the dudes are fucking gigantic. They're not Rogadin tall, but they're tall. Or maybe they can be, they just don't look as big because they're not as bulky or whatever. They're more thin, but still. Yeah, female Aura in this game are, holy shit. There's some tiny ass chicks. It makes you wonder how that mating occurs. It's like, the height discrepancy's gotta cause some issues. I'm speaking from personal experience there. I won't go into too much detail. That's, you know, TMI, fucking Monka TOS, but... all I will say is that my first relationship, she was a foot smaller than me. So, I am speaking from personal experience. That's gotta cause some issues, because the male Aura and the female Aura are more than that. They're much further apart. They're like 2 or 3 feet apart in height, even max height. I want to be max Viera height as Femra. Yeah, I can. And I gotta be careful what I say, because, you know, now I almost dipped into Square Enix's Monka TOS over here. Not Twitch's, but Square Enix, you know. I was about to say, oh yeah, I've seen that with Forbidden Magic, there we go. Yeah, I've seen what that looks like with Forbidden Magic, I think you showed me. The Forbidden Magics. The third party that shall not be talked about type of Forbidden Magic, yes, yes. No, I think you showed me something else. You showed me a picture of an actual in-game character models that were, Monka TOS into looking, you know, taller. It wasn't art. You showed me in-game character models. I don't know what the hell, like, I swear I'm remembering this correctly. It was an actual picture. It was a screenshot of, like, in-game. Oh, my bad. I didn't realize that was just your code word for it. Okay. I get you now, yeah. Wow. I'm dense as fuck. I, was slow on the uptake there. So I was like, what? That was not a drawing? Because when I think fan art, I think of just a drawing, you know? So that's why I totally did not get that. Hey, what the fuck am I doing? I'm just rambling. Okay, so now at this point I can go ahead and explain a fan-made character, yeah, in fully rendered 3D. I can go ahead and explain the roadmap for the... re-explain the roadmap for the post-game content. It's mostly already what I said last time, because I'm gonna end this one right now, because fucking 20 minutes. Excuse me, it's not enough time to do anything else significant. So I'll just end this one early and go do what I gotta do and then come back later. But, so everything I said last time holds. We're gonna do the normal raids and everything else, pretty much in the order that I mentioned last time. But I need to make an update on something I did on previous expansions that I was planning on doing on this expansion until I realized there's no way, which is the Beast Tribe quests. So for A Realm Reborn and Heavensward, you may remember that I at least started the Beast Tribe quests up to the point where you unlock it, where you unlock the dailies for the routine, right? Just to like introduce the Beast Tribe and the dailies and the whole system, right? From this point on, for Stormblood and Shadowbringers, there are some like, unlocking Beast Tribe quests dailies requires you to go through some really lengthy quest chains. That, like, honestly, if I did them, because reading all the dialogue as I do, whether it's a side quest or not, they would take several streams just to unlock all three. There's three. There's the Namazu Beast Tribe quest, there's the Ananta, the snake people in Alamigo, and of course the Kojin of the Blue. Here. All three of them, if not at least most of them, have some pretty lengthy quest chains just to unlock them. Like, there's a lengthy quest chain, there's two lengthy quest chains that literally converge into one other lengthy quest chain, and then you unlock the Beast Tribe. And I remember I did one in Shadowbringers too, that I had no idea. I was doing just whatever. I was just, oh, blue quests. I was trying to do all my side quests, blue or yellow. And I had no idea where this was leading. I was like, oh, it's a blue quest. I wonder what this is going to unlock. And it was this long chain of quests with a cute, nice little storyline that I actually enjoyed quite a bit. But it took a few hours for me to do, and I wasn't even streaming, so I was reading things in my head. It was a lot faster than reading things out loud, like dialogue out loud. And then finally, it just culminates into a Crafter-Gatherer Beast Tribe quest unlock at the end of it. I was like, holy shit, you had to do all that just to unlock this Beast Tribe quest? Like, Jesus Christ, dude! It's not like A Realm Reborn or Heavensward anymore, where it's just you do a few introductory quests for the Beast Tribe, and then boom, there you go. You get the, you unlock the dailies. No. So yeah, I looked up on the wiki how many quests were required to do, because I saw all these blue quests when I was looking at all the post-game content I was going to do for Stormblood, and I was like, why are there so many blue quests? I know there's only like a handful of dungeons before you do the raids and then, you know, the normal raids and the alliance raids. Why is there so many blue quests? It's the multiple quest chains that you have to do to unlock the Beast Tribe quest. I was like, Jesus Christ, I'm not doing all that shit. That's not interesting enough for stream content. I'm supposed to be trying to stick to the main story as much as possible. So yeah, I apologize. I usually try to be OCD and completionist about these things, and because I did do the Beast Tribe quest for Realm Reborn and Heavensward, that doesn't mean I'll be doing them for Stormblood or Shadowbringers. It's just too long of a quest chain for a few of them. It's too much. I'm like, dude, we gotta get to other shit. Like, this is... Especially because they're 99% dialogue and nothing else. And they may or may not always have, like, good humor. Like, it's not Hildebrand levels of humor, so it's just not worth it in the end. Maybe for post-marathon content, but no promises. It's just... I might never be interested enough to actually go back and do those. But, you never know. Maybe someday in the distant future, if I decide to become a completionist with this game and start actually grinding the Beast Tribe dailies and stuff, then I'll do them then, and then I'll show them. I'll keep this character just in case, to show those quests leading up to him, and then do the dailies, and we'll make that like a thing for my stream or something, I don't know. But like I said, no promises, so yeah, we're not doing that. Fuck that. Staring at the ground thinking of the Moogle quests. The Moogle delivery quests, or the ones just to unlock the Beast Tribe dailies. I did that too. They only did that for the Gather Crafter Beast Tribe now, apparently. The one to unlock it. I might not have... I saw no more blue quest markers, but I think I might not have unlocked the Moogle Tribe quest, did I? On stream? For Realm Reborn? I can't remember anymore. Realm Reborn was such a long time ago. Yeah, it's not blue quest. Okay, then I didn't do it. Because I've been ignoring most yellow marker quests until now. Because this one started off as a blue quest and I wanted to finish the story, so... It's a long-ass chain of yellow side quests. Damn! And that's separate from the long-ass chain of yellow side quests for the Moogle delivery quest, isn't it? That's something else I didn't do that I'm never gonna do on stream. Well, at least not during this marathon, because it's, again, more just side content that just doesn't... It's just irrelevant, and it's just gonna take up too much time, and we gotta get moving on other things, you know? But I did do all the Moogle delivery quests, and I did read every piece of dialogue my first time through this game. Off stream, so... That's how I know we're not doing that shit. It's just not relevant enough to the main story. And like I said, even this wasn't really too much, but since it was a storyline that started with the Ether Current quest that I did, and it unlocks a dungeon, which of course I try to show all the optional and post-game dungeons for each expansion in this marathon, I wanted to finish the story, so we went ahead and did all those yellow marker side quests to finish the story. But that's pretty much it. From now on, we're sticking only to blue unlock quests, and like I just said, we're not doing the Beast Tribe ones. So if you guys anybody was looking forward to that, I'm sorry. That's going to be either post-game marathon or post-marathon content after Endwalker, or maybe never. No promises on that one, because I have other plans for post-marathon content. Some of which is a couple of blue quests that I will eventually show, but I won't accept them or anything. I won't start them. I'll just explain them when we get there. So yeah, that'll be next stream. For now, I'm gonna fuck off and run some errands. Well, not run some errands, but do some shit that I gotta do, and then come back later to stream some more. 19 side quests before you unlock the quest to begin the Moogle tribe? Jesus Christ. I know I must have did them, but they must have been so forgettable, I don't even remember. I don't even fucking remember. Anyway, that's it for me for now. I apologize for rambling so much on this one. Like I said, I took 4 days off of streaming because I had to, because I had to finish Stormblood again. Skipping scenes and everything makes it go faster, but it still took a little while. I had to finish Stormblood again as the alternate Leon, but I also took some time off to actually enjoy the game off stream a little bit, and did the Gold Saucer side quests on my main characters, the 3 other characters. I took some video clips of that. Maybe I'll show them next time. Some of them were kind of nice, but they're not really relevant to this marathon or the main story, so I might not show them until... I don't know. I saved the clips anyway, just in case. I've saved a few video clips of, like, event quests to maybe show on stream someday, if I feel like it, but... Good old Moogles having you do their chores. Yeah, that's what they do. The little shits. But yeah. So yeah, I saved some clips from the event quest. Might show them someday, might not, I don't know. But that's also something else I did, was I spent some time at the Gold Saucer doing challenge logs for the week, which those reset today, which means I have to do that again eventually if I'm not feeling too lazy. I'd rather stream, honestly. I'd rather do this and continue the marathon. But I just wanted to get some MGP because the event going on right now, the Make It Rain campaign, means you get 50% more MGP. And there's a couple things I want to unlock, not too much really, but the couple things I do want to unlock are very high amounts, like 1 million, 2 million MGP. And I also just want to keep my MGP high on those characters in case the FF15 event comes back, of course, to get the car. Alternate characters that I don't have it on yet. Or just any other event that might require MGP. So that's basically what I did on my time off. But yeah, see, I'm rambling again. I digress. What I was saying is, because I took so many days off, I had a lot of words I didn't use, so I wasn't streaming, so that's why I was so rambly today. So I apologize for that. Hopefully next stream later today, when I come back, I'll be a little bit less rambly and I'll just focus on the fucking story and I won't make so many goddamn cringe jokes. Like that. But I've said it before, it's just how I am, it's who I am, right? It's who I am and how I am. I'm pretty cringy, I'm sorry. But that is, sorry not sorry, as Prompto would say, because that's just who I am. It is what it is. Anyway, is that everything? I didn't make any notes. I'm just seeing if something comes to mind based on what I'm seeing on my soundboard. Nope, no other plans. That's it. Alright, I'm off. So, for those of you who did stick around for this entire super rambly stream of me talking about Melusine and X-Death and how their, sprites look, well, their art with like so much bigger than their sprite in battle, and your characters always look so small and yada yada. Yes, Crimson. That's the one. Thank you. Yes, I've been looking at my soundboard thinking, dude, there was another sound clip I was trying to get. That's the one, Crimson. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You reminded me. I've been thinking about that for days. I was like, there was one more sound effect out of all these ones that I have. There's one more I wanted to get on this soundboard. I can't remember what it was. It was that one. Yes. I'm gonna have that for next stream later on. I'm gonna close this stream. I'm gonna go find that clip. And it's gonna be on the soundboard by next stream in a few hours. Yes. Thank you for reminding me of that, Crimson. Yes. That's why I keep staring at it. I was like, there was still one more I wanted to get. But yeah, so far, if anybody wants to know what kind of sound effects I have access to right now, you know what? It's better I keep them a surprise until they're relevant. When I see an appropriate time to use each one, because they're all situational, obviously. That's the best way to have soundboard clips. Situational, right? When the situation arises, you will see them. You will hear them, I mean. Until then, you'll just have to wonder what kind of sound clips I got on here. But yes, that's one of them I'm gonna get, Crimson. That one is very... There's a lot of uses for that one. Especially when I start fucking crying on stream and shit. Damn it. Fuck. That's what I get. Anyway. Okay, so like I said, thank you all very much for sticking with me through this very rambly stream. I took 4 days off, that's what happens. I had a lot of shit to say. But like I said, next time hopefully I'll be able to stay on task a bit more and, you know, because if I had stayed on task, we would have finished this in like an hour instead of 2 hours, but I rambled so fucking much this stream. Jesus, it was crazy. But yeah, so until next time, as always, thank you very much for coming to watch my disaster that I call a stream. And thank you very much especially to Crimson for coming to keep me company live as I record this. But also to all of you watching in the future on YouTube and Twitch, those who watch the Twitch VODs, the highlights. I appreciate you all very much. Thank you very much for the support. As always, please take care of yourselves. Stay safe out there. And look after each other. And until next time, please have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Until then, folks. Peace. Whew, I gotta get some water. Like, I rambled so much, like, my mouth is drying up, man. It's crazy. See you later, everyone.